and today is exciting because my friend Genevieve arrives from Montreal. Today we're going to investigate a marina boatyard thing open day. Not quite what I was expecting. I made a mistake. While I was like cutting the ends off these things, some metal filings kind of just got shot into the air. And they kind of covered the boat, and so there's little rust dots kind of everywhere. So I've been cleaning it off with this stuff, which actually works very well. My friend Genevieve is still here. She actually extended her stay because it's fucking cold back in Toronto. It's not cold here. So yeah, and it's actually working out really well. It's quite refreshing to find out that two people can actually kind of cohabit very comfortably on the boat. We don't even know each other that well, but just with thinking about things, just making sure doors are closed, switches are off and things like that, and communicating, it just means that people can actually cohabitate very comfortably on quite a small boat. So this is my friend Genevieve, who has been staying with me for over a month.
1 month and 1 week exactly today. And I really enjoyed it a lot. I felt home right away. And I didn't go too much inland. I stayed on the shore most of the places.
But friendly, nice?
Yeah, very nice.
And they speak English, so it's like you don't ever feel like
lost.
I mean, it's like, I mean, I love France and the French people are wonderful, but if you don't speak French, you don't speak the language, the national language, and it's tricky. Whereas here, everyone speaks English. And what's it been like living on the boat? Because it's a confined space. I mean, it's like 11 meters from end to end, and I don't know, it's been pretty easy.
For me too.
Yeah.
Really.
I think that the trick is communication. It's like, I'm going out now, I'll be back in an hour. Or I'm out, do you need anything? Stuff like that just makes it so much easier. And yeah, it's confined and it's not like a super yacht, but
it's we're perfect.
Yeah, it's worked out very well. I'm super happy. So we'll just, and she's going to come back at some point.
I'd like to live here for a while.
Why not? There's an odd little caveat in the law, a little grey area where
when you live in a boat.
If you live on a boat, you don't live in Malta. So they're like, yeah, you don't live in Malta.
Thank you so much for having me, Steve.
Pleasure. Mwah.
Thank you.
As you can tell, winter has kind of finally hit Malta. It's a little bit windy, a little bit wet today, but I mean, not bad. We're in the marina, so even though the boats are kind of bouncing around a lot, they're all safe. Every now and again, someone from the marina, you can see him over there in the orange jacket, just walks around checking things, making sure all the boats are secure and there's no sails flapping. But I moved my dinghy to the front here so that it doesn't get squished between the boats at the back because the wind is blowing that way today. It's a strange place to have a supercar. If you put your foot down, you'd get from one side of the island to the other in about 3 minutes.
note came out and my sister just started to be like, oh, so I'm gonna change. Thank you for the nice dinner.
Pleasure.
No.
That doesn't matter. When I was down at the boatyard, they were removing a lot of the anti-fouling, and it's a weird chemical that just, it covered everything, and I'm including the dinghy, like big time. And I've been looking for stuff to clean it off and tried different solvents, but the only thing that works is friggin' gasoline, petrol. It's probably not the very best thing in the world, but you can see how dirty it got, and now it's much cleaner. So the next delivery of friendly flags should be here in about 2 weeks, which will be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that, because the first batch were a kind of an experiment that went well, but they didn't last as long as I wanted them to last. So I had to replace probably about 100 of them, but that's okay. It was an experiment and it worked well because people like them. The next ones will probably last several seasons, so I'm going to start getting those out pretty soon. As soon as they get here, in fact. Very nice. Excellent. Really well made. Exactly what I wanted. I'm super happy. So these are on the market now. These are the catacombs, and they're very old. I think like 200 years BC. So, but it's all very nicely laid out, and there's lots of information and stuff if you like that kind of thing.